Rev Sandy Seaton-Todd is the pastor of the Church of the Western Reserve in Pepper Pike, Ohio. Her sermons are based on lectionary scriptures, and this is an excerpt of one of her recent sermons.
So what are the two key things from our scripture readings from Psalm 150 and from John 20 that the Bible makes clear to us are needed for peace? Well, first of all, and Reverend Matthew talked about this, faith. We have two things, faith and forgiveness. Faith in what we cannot see, but what God tells us is true. I believe faith is at the heart of every good relationship. Faith that you love that person and they care for you back. Faith that you will continue to love, that will be eternal. Faith that all shall be well. See, if we don't live with faith, then we start living with suspicion and doubt and worry and anxiety. Think about whatever it is, your career or your leisure time or your health. If you don't have faith in the doctors, then we might as well not go to our appointments. But once we have faith, then we go with confidence and assurance. They know what we don't know, and they will take our hand and they will walk us through the treatment. We have faith. So when Jesus is engaging with doubting Thomas, and I wonder how many of us here today are the doubters? How many of us are the cynical ones? Are we the ones that have seen too much? We've experienced more than we wish we had experienced. So we're no longer innocent. We're no longer able to say, I believe, unless we can see and touch. We no longer take people's word at their word because we've been burned too many times. We no longer even trust our own good intentions because we've fallen short too many times. We no longer believe the world is a good place because we have seen its horrors too many times. And yet Jesus says, believe. And then he works in a special way with Thomas, because Thomas says, unless I put my finger here, unless I put my hand in your side, I will not believe. And yet Jesus says, because he takes each of us as individuals, he says, okay, Thomas, in verse 27, put your finger here. Go ahead. I'll let you be the one that has to touch and experience and learn for yourself. You teachers know there's always certain kids like that in every class, right? They have to try it out for themselves, or you parents or grandparents or neighbors, you know. There are always certain people that they're not going to take anyone's word. They're going to try it out for themselves. So Jesus works with Thomas and says, go ahead, reach out your hand, put it here in my side. But then he says, do not doubt, but believe. And Thomas's response is, my Lord and my God. And Jesus says, blessed are those who have not seen, and yet they believe. What is it in your life this day that you need faith to believe all shall be well? For you to look upon those around you with love and compassion? What is it in our world that is just killing you, that you need faith to believe that God is Lord of our world, of our country, of our leaders, of ourselves? Give it to God and follow what Jesus says. Believe. Do not doubt.